To our real estate hour right here on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station AM 1220 KHTS every Thursday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. sharing with you what you want to know, need to know about real estate and finance to help guide you to personal financial wellness. That is our goal every single week, and why we do this every week is to guide you to personal financial wellness, and we do that with the very best professionals we can find. And they're accountable to us, they're accountable to you right here in Santa Clarita, and we gather up the information that you need to know that's timely and relevant, because unfortunately the media sometimes is a little late to the party.
No.
Yeah, Gino, how about that?
That never happens, Don.
Yes. I'm so fortunate to have Mr. Gino Franti on my left right here every week.
Well, thank you, Don. Yeah, it's, the thing we talk about, it's funny because we're part of the media, yet we bash on the media all the time because we listen and watch and read, and half of the stuff out there, it's just bad advice. It's just plain bad advice. And unfortunately, it's old, it's dated, and if you're using it to change things in your life, it could affect your family.
It could be bad advice just because it's entertainment. And we're going to talk a little bit about entertainment, where it could be good for you, too, with our guest coming up. But it is imperative, because unfortunately I listen to some of the stuff that you listen to on the media as well, and I'm sorry, it is not good advice. They don't even know what they're talking about. It's just something they're reading in front of them. So it's imperative to get advice from somebody that is a professional in the industry that you're looking to make decisions on. And if it's your finances, it could be a CPA, a financial planner, a trust attorney, a mortgage planner, you name it, we got it. Real estate professionals like we have today, these are the people you need to turn to that you can trust, and I can assure you that the people we bring onto our show on a weekly basis are great people that you should listen to.
Yeah, in fact, I was thinking about that article that our regional manager, Scott Houlihan, sent us yesterday from Forbes, and it was talking about large institutions and how they work. And so this gentleman's working at a large institution, a large lending institution, and he was wondering about his title, and he says, gosh, I wish I was a senior loan officer. And so he walks into his manager. Yeah, he walks into his manager's office and says, hey, I've been here for a little while, and he goes, I'd really like to change my title. What does it take to become a senior loan officer? And he goes, well, how long have you been here? And he goes, well, like about a year. And he goes, well, that's it. There you go. Now you're a senior loan officer.
Point taken.
Yeah.
And actually, what's amazing, because the Forbes thing also brought out to attention that somebody wrote just one article, and sent out the article. And unfortunately, if you were to read this article or listen to somebody on a big media station, you'd go, wow, Forbes thought that. No. Forbes did not think that. One person thought that. They didn't even get a consensus from everybody at Forbes or at their institution. They just made their one-person opinion. That scares the heck out of me.
It is really, really, really dangerous if you start thinking about it that way, and you start thinking that all these large institutions or large news companies or newspapers, or one editor or whatever, or one writer, whatever their opinion is you take it for granted because it comes from a respectable source as far as the institution. But at the same time, it is just one person's opinion. At least on this show, you get two people's opinions.
Yeah, that's right. So I can only be half wrong.
I'll keep you in check if you are.
Thank you, Gino. So if you just tuned in, you tuned into the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, and you're with our Real Estate Hour every Thursday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., getting quality advice. And every week we let you know the weekly real estate snapshot. What's going on in the real estate market, so you're in tune with today's numbers, because a lot of numbers, like we said in the media, could be 3-4 months old. So we want to make sure that you can tune in, listen in on your computers if you're not in your car, by going to donandgino.com, DONANDGINO.com, donandgino.com. Click on the Listen Live button, and you can listen, watch, and now chat live. And we'd love for you to chat. Just say hi. A lot of our fans out there, we'd love to hear from you. And ask us questions. And you can ask questions of our great guest that's coming up in the next segment, and find out more about Don and Gino, and find out more about the questions you want. It's great stuff. Well, let's dive into what's going on in the market. I mean, hot, hot, hot. That's all I got to say. We're not just talking about our weather.
No, and it's unbelievable, Don. And you know that it's. I'm a little more in the trenches than you are when it comes to this, so I hear more of these stories, and I know exactly what offers people are writing. And we'll talk a little bit more with our guest today about this. But I have a particular property, and I guess it was kind of a common misconception that only the bottom end of the market was hot, and that only things under $400,000 were selling. Well, let me tell you, this is a $925,000 condo, 1,200 square foot condo for $925,000, and there was multiple offers, and ultimately our client with 25% down, $925,000 offer, got outbid. And if you look at the comparable sales, the best comparable sale to something like that was about $860,000. So there is a new market in place. There are jumps happening in equity by each sale. Every new comp that's being created is creating the marketplace. It's not uncommon to see people bringing in cash above and beyond the appraised value right now to make sure to get their deals through.
Yeah, it's good advice. I mean, good things to know, because everybody hears what they want to hear in the media and stuff. And to back up, we back it up with numbers. We do our research. We get the CoreLogic report every single week. And Gino, thank you for pulling that up for me every week.
Yeah, I make sure to get it. I love the CoreLogic report. There's a lot of reports out there. And I've said this before. It's important that it doesn't matter which report you look at, as long as you look at the same report all the time, so that you have some sort of gauge and a comparison, and you can build trends. You always hear Don and I talking about trends. So it's important that you can build a trend by looking at the same report all the time. And my personal favorite is the CoreLogic report. It comes out more often than the Case-Shiller report, and it gives me a little better clarity. It seems to give me better numbers.
Okay, so you know the numbers, and again, you're going to be the smartest person at the water cooler, because you're going to know specifics. Home prices nationwide. We're talking across the nation between February 2012 to 2013. Sales, we're talking home prices have gone up double digits now. We warned you it was coming. We've been warning you for a while. Remember, we're the first ones that stated a year and a half ago that the market was turning. Way before the media, way before Warren Buffett, that's right. And we told you double digits was coming, and sure enough, we're at 10.2% nationwide.
Now here's what sounds really, really surprising to me, Don, because even though I called it and you called it and we saw it coming, I didn't think we'd hit double digits nationwide. We said double digits.
I didn't either.
Double digits in California, we said it, no problem. Hey, it's beautiful out.
Nevada,
we have great
Phoenix,
weather. But nationwide, that's an amazing number. It's really exciting.
Yeah. So what does that mean for you right here and actually, Gino, what's nice is that's actually the highest number since March of 2006.
Wow.
And even more importantly, we talk about trends. That's the 12th consecutive month of higher prices.
Okay.
That's 1 year of higher prices.
So what's interesting about that is, now we have to evaluate where are we in the curve, right? And if you look at historical real estate prices, we probably have a good 3 to 5 years of appreciation left before we start encountering some difficulty.
And probably not at the levels we're at now, because we are at rock bottom, as we mentioned. So I don't see it, but it's going to be pretty high for a while.
Yeah,
I mean, we're down 50% in certain markets.
Yeah, in our market, we were down a good 40% across the board here in Santa Clarita, 60% on some of our condos, unfortunately.
Well, get this: Los Angeles made up 14.5% of that last year.
I like it.
14.5% in 1 year in Los Angeles alone. Only Phoenix leads us with 20.8. So that is incredible numbers. And we're going to talk about what's going on. We're going to talk about what's going on in Santa Clarita real quick, and then we're going to share with a great guest we have coming up what's going on the Pacific Coast. It's always fun to hear what's going on the Pacific Coast. And tune in to donandgino.com. You can see our guest, and we'll be right back in the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show.